Hello guys, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Anna. I'm a little bit spooky and I'm sick and tired of 104-degree weather every day. I'm ready for fall. Please, please, fall. It's mid-August. It's basically fall to me in my brain. So we're going to do some fall-inspired makeup and try to manifest fall. And just trick our brains into thinking it is not 106 today. Well, the heat index, 106. I think it feels a lot hotter than that out there. It feels closer to about 120. It's so hot. I got a wild hair and remembered how much I loved plummy purple tones with warm tones, like orangey shades, and how pretty that color combination is to me and how much I love it for this time of year. And I thought about, well, what palettes do I have that fit that vibe? This one came to mind. This is the It's a Moon palette from ColourPop. And within it, you do have some nice purpley tones, some warm tones, and some burgundies. I feel like this is fall. These are fall jewel tones. And let's play. So if that interests you, go ahead and keep on watching. But before you do, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know down below. What's the temperature where you're at? And are you just over it? Let me know. Alright, on to the video. So I've already done my face makeup and my cream bronzer and my brows. So let me tell you what I got on my face. I used a little bit of the e.l.f. Sun Touchable Whoa Glow, very strategically away from my eyeballs because this burns my eyes. So I put a bit of that on in lieu of my skin enhancer today and like liquid highlighter. I did a bit of the e.l.f. Putty Primer with in the Acne Fighting Edition. I like this one. I think it performs better than the original. And I have on some of the Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Skin Tint because I've fallen in love with this foundation. Which if you saw my vlog a couple of weeks ago, you're like, I thought you hated it, loved it, like what? Talk about a roller coaster with this foundation, and yeah, I'm in love with it now. Look how pretty my skin looks. I'm in it to win it. This is great for this time of year. And yeah, that catches you up to where we are. I'll go with my concealer and powder after we're done. I just didn't want to waste, I didn't want to sit here and do all that on camera because you've seen it. So I thought, we'll just knock that out. All right, I'm going to take first the shade right here called Bonafide, whatever. This one, just a bone colored shade. I'm going to dust that across the lid a bit. Just right here, just very lightly, kind of hit that brow bone. Okay, yeah, that was, I don't know why I did that. We didn't really need to do that, did we? I'm gonna grab a Sigma blending brush, and I think I'm gonna start with this shade called It's a Rush, which is this orangey tone right here, and we're gonna tuck that into the crease. Am I doing anything today? No, it's a Sunday afternoon. I have nothing to do today. I'm supposed to be resting and this be like a full like brain rest and body rest day, but I can't. I was bored. And I think I'm just gonna go to the gym tonight also. I took a rest day yesterday, like fully rested. I laid in bed and watched Reels and YouTube and just had a nice day, and then I went on a little date night with my husband to get some Mexican food, and we had a nice little date night together. This little Saturday night. I'm gonna tuck this right here. Ooh, yes, that's, oh, don't touch your face with it, dummy. Okay. That's the perfect color. That's what I'm looking for, a burnt orangey shade. Just tuck her right in there. But yeah, I think, depending on how my husband feels this evening, we'll go to the gym. If not, we can go tomorrow evening. It'll be my leg day, lower body day. I don't know why I call it leg day. It's lower body day. It's like, I do glutes, hamstring, quads, that kind of thing. I just do them all in one go. or one trip. I don't like doing these elaborate splits of quad focused only day or quad hamstring day. I like doing just glutes, quads, hamstrings, lower body, lower back, all in one go, or one trip. And then the next trip, it's upper body, it's back and arms. I don't have time to do these super elaborate splits where I'm going to the gym every day, because hey, you don't get enough adequate rest that way. I think you need at least 48 hours between a workout session. Sometimes 72 hours, depending on how you feel. Like, listen to your body. Are you super sore? Did you do like a really heavy lifting day? Give yourself a break. Give yourself a couple of days. Stretch. Do like active recovery. You know, just stretching, gentle things, a little walk. Don't go lifting heavy again. And that's so, yeah, I'm a 3 times a week gym person. But it's so funny, on my rest days I do get so antsy because I'm like, I gotta do something. I'm bored. And I've spent the entire week like filming and editing during the day. And I was like, you need to take a brain break. You're gonna burn yourself out. You're not gonna want to film or do anything. And here I am. No. Just wanted to play makeup. So that's what I'm doing. I love a good orange. I was doing all my filming and stuff all this week because I had the house to myself for a week during the day anyway, because everyone was at work. And yeah, I just had quiet, so I like to take advantage of that because I can put my headphones on and edit. That's not a big deal. I like to just film in peace and quiet. Now I'm going to step down or step up to a lighter shade. I'm going to grab this one right above it, right there, and that one is called Crave You. And I'm just going to tap my brush off. I will just dance a bit of this around that edge. And just give that a nice little gradient. And I'm going to take the shade above it, which is called, Stay Close. Right here. We'll further blend that. And just barely touching. Just enough to kind of soften any edges out. Alright. Now I'm going to go into something a little bit deeper. We're going to take this burgundy here. It's kind of a purple, plummy burgundy shade. It's called Fascination. Right here. I'm going to take that into the outer corner and deep, kind of tuck it in there on a smaller brush. This is a Sigma Detail Blending. I'm just going to pat it right there. That's a lot more vibrant than I was anticipating. And anyway, tuck that right in there. And let that blend into my oranges slightly. It's one thing that I have incorporated on my rest days, especially on the ones where there might be 2 days in between there, just because life gets in the way sometimes. I do dynamic planks, which, holy cow, I found new muscles doing that. It's basically, you get in a plank position and you pull your core muscles in, tuck your butt tight, like clench all your core muscles and raise yourself up a little bit into kind of where you're pulling your butt into the air, and then you come back down slowly. And you can hold it for, a few seconds and do a few reps. I did 8 of those the other day just to test it out. Like the first time I did it, I had to just lay on the ground for a minute afterwards, just lay on my yoga mat thinking, is this how I die? Oh my goodness. But what I like about it is because you do come all the way down to the ground. Now you can do a variation of this where you stay in plank position as you come down a little bit and lower your midsection. And a beginner variation is just come all the way down to the ground, kind of lay down. And I kind of like that better because it's just easier on the joints. That's the thing I don't like about planking so much, is that it hurts my shoulders, it hurts my toes. Like, it's just not a comfortable position for the rest of my body to be in. Like, it hurts my toes. I don't like it. And this doesn't do that. It's a little bit more gentle on the joints and anywhere else. So if you have like shoulder pain, joint pain, elbows, whatever, try that, because it's a little easier on you and you get a better core workout by doing it in reps. If I can find the video, I'll insert it, or at least a link to the reel where I got the idea from. It's fantastic, and she shows a lot of variations to where you can make it a little bit harder as you go and get better at it. So I've been doing that, and my new weird little goal I've set for myself is to be able to do 10 push-ups. Just proper push-ups. Not exactly proper. I'm on my knees. I'm not doing it on my toes because it hurts my toes. Maybe one day I'll get to that point. I've never been able to do push-ups no matter what shape I was in. Push-ups have always been a huge struggle for me. I don't know why. They're just particularly hard. I find that doing like the push-ups where you elevate yourself on something, like wall push-ups, or using like, you know, where you go progressively lower to where you're almost flat, it's too easy. Those are just too easy. I'm like, I want to be able to do like a real push-up. And I have now been able to do 5 in a row. 5! I am very proud of myself. I don't have any shoulder pain when I do it. Nothing hurts. And I'm able to almost go all the way down now and come back up. Woo, that's fun. I've been working on upper body a lot and like building my lat muscles, my shoulders up. The improvement in my shoulders has been incredible. Let me go into this. I want to go to this metallic purpley shade here called Moves. Right here. I'm going to put just a kiss of that in there. But yeah, the shoulder pain and stuff has improved so much, and mobility in them. That's really exciting. That I can do. Like a year ago, I couldn't even get into a position to even like attempt a push up. Okay, I'm just going to pat a little bit of that right in there. See, I want to pull a bit more of that kind of plum in. A little bit too much. That color there, I'll blend it out. We'll make it work. I kind of want like that tone blending into that burgundy. I'm going to just put that, let it drift a bit across the lid. And I don't want to look like LSU here, but I want just more autumnal shades. And just, yeah, there we go. Just let that kind of flow into those other shades and on the lid. And my current other little goal is increasing grip strength. Working on that. But I'm just so proud of myself for being able to do a push-up. I mean, fair enough, I'm doing it on my knees still. I'm not doing like military style legit push-ups like my husband can knock out 30 of. Like they're nothing to him. With proper form, just perfect, like he just got out of basic. I'm like, are you kidding me? You're 40 and you can still just do this so perfectly. But yeah, he just knocks them out like it's nothing. I'm over here, I'm like, ugh. But I'm getting there. It's such, I like setting these little odd goals for myself of just like being able to do push-ups. Be able to just do like a dead hang, something like that. Small things. Those are fun. Because they're fairly achievable. Ugh. They're fairly achievable. I cannot say this word. Achievable. There we go. Achievable goals. Yeah, they're nothing insane. I'm not like trying to bench my body weight or something, you know? They're just very small, simple goals. And it's rewarding because you hit more goals like that. So you get more, yeah, and you get, it's less frustrating on yourself. Okay, I want to darken this up some more. Take maybe just a touch more of that burgundy. I want more murkiness in here. Still a little bit too vibrant for what I'm feeling. I'm gonna grab some of that metallic purple. Maybe I'll take a touch of this darkest kind of purpley shade here called Had to Be. I'm gonna tuck a little bit of that on the very, very outer corner just to really darken things up a bit. Maybe that'll bring in a bit of a murky vibe. It's feeling a little too vibrant. I'm not feeling vibrant today. I'm wanting to be dark and mysterious. That's helping. Let's take a little bit more of our orange that we started with. Just come right in there. And then build that back up. I feel like we lost some of it. So I filmed an 1 and 15-minute video talking about like my fitness journey stuff. And yes, that is stupid long. And that's edited. That's me trying to cut it down. So I figure I'm just gonna upload the video with the 1+ chit chat, and then potentially I can do more in-depth videos later about particular topics that I hit within that video, and that way you can really kind of deep dive into each subject. I thought that would be cool because I just had way too much, I think, in my brain that I wanted to talk about, and my little ADD brain, ADHD brain, wanted to squeeze it all in one video and cover 1 million topics instead of spacing it out, making something a little more digestible. So I'm gonna do that as well. You know it's a good feeling when your husband tells you to stop what you're doing. We were getting ready to go out last night, and I had put on just some little PJ shorts because I could, because we were home alone. And just to throw them while I was finishing getting ready yesterday. And he stops me and is like, turn around, come here. Yeah. So my butt, I told him my butt was getting rounder because I noticed it in a vlog. And it is filling out this way and not this way. Because I have huge hips. That's the thing. I don't really have a big butt so much as I have just big hips that make it look like my butt is bigger, but it's not the roundest butt in the world, but it's getting round. It's getting round. I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, building them muscles up. Heck yeah. And he noticed it, so I'm like, haha. That's kind of a fun feeling. And then I was doing this across, I was crossing my arms like to do something, and I felt my, what was this, bicep muscle? I was like, ooh, hello. Hi, friend. That's new. And yes, I'm drinking protein. Gym bro. I am gym bro. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna take a little bit of this shade called Full Circle right here. I'm gonna put that kind of in the center, or not center, the inner part of the lid. I'm sticking with the same little brush. I just want to tuck some of this like right here. Ooh. That's pretty. This was a shade that I had thought to myself reminded me of Pillow Talk a little bit. I stand by that thought. Now that's pretty. Maybe we're going a bit like late summer sunset-y. Did anybody watch that meteor shower? I did not. I was in bed, asleep, until I forgot all about it. That's a pretty color. This shade, Full Circle. Oh, I really like it. That needs to be like a all over lid shade for a look, because that's gorgeous. I love this palette. I just feel like I don't use it enough. Like it. You ever have a palette or something that you love the colors and everything in it, but then you don't really know what to do with it once you get it? Because there's so many options. That's the way I feel about these larger ColourPop palettes. I love them. The quality is fantastic. They're fun to play with, but then I sit down and I get kind of overwhelmed almost. And like I was gonna use It's a Jewel today, but it was way too vibrant for what I was wanting. I have yet to really do a look just using that palette. It's probably the most underutilized ColourPop palette I have next to Cloud Spun. And it has so many beautiful jewel tones. I love jewel tones. Why do I not use it? It's like I just don't know what to do. But I love these big palettes from ColourPop because they're such a good value. You're getting great quality. They're really good, I think, for like working makeup artists to have all these options for affordable price points, you know, like for just getting started. When I've done my friends' makeup for occasions here and there, I just pack these palettes, my big ColourPop ones, because they just kind of have everything I need in them. I don't do that too often, like do other people's makeup. Occasionally for like Mardi Gras or something. I don't really enjoy doing other people's makeup as much as I thought I would. Like 8 years ago, I had full intentions of becoming like doing makeup professionally on people, and then I did it a few times and I hated every second of it. I didn't like, with friends it's different, but like for strangers, hated it. Don't like doing weddings. Don't like doing anything like that. I like to do like, somebody comes to my house and I throw some prom makeup on them. That's cool. Love doing that. That's fun. Because it's, you know, it's people I know really well. And it's just hanging out. Let's take a little bit of the shade called Reunion. Perhaps. Yeah. Just right here. I'll put that on the innermost part. Doot, doot. A little doot of that. We'll call that a doot. 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 Pretty. Okay, I'm liking where we're going here. Liking where this is going. Take a bit more of that burgundy. It's not really burgundy, it's just more of a matte reddish plum. Make sure we still have that shade in there. I'm gonna go back in with my orange shade. Make sure that is oranging. Just feel like painting today. I'm waiting for like videos to export on the computer, and it's like I just kind of didn't have anything to do. It's like I want to do something, I want to feel productive today. So here we are. Blended and splendid. Right. Okay. I think we're good. I think we're good. I want to take some of that darkest purple we used and really focus that at the lash line, like as a liner. Ooh, I have an eyeliner that we can use. Here it is. This is from Hocus Pocus collection. I hope this is still good. It's a cream gel liner in the shade Trick or Treat, which is just a dark metallic purple. Let's hope it still is eyeliner-ing. It is! Awesome! We'll use that. And we put that right here. I'm gonna keep that handy to pull out this season. The coming fall season, anyway. I'll go ahead and do my concealer and powder, and I'll be right back. And we're back. Let's do some lower lash line for concealer. I did, bear with me, from NYX, and I set everything down with the Revolution powder in, I guess they just go by Revolution now. The IRL filter something powder. And I use the Maybelline City bronzer on my face. I'll link everything below. Lower lash line, I'm going to take my purple eyeliner. Now this is not a unique shade, so if you don't have this, it's okay. You can find purple liners. Like a jewel tone purple liner, basically anywhere from any brand. And we're going to run this under here. Let that kind of join up to upper lash line. I don't know what that is. That's not even my song. I'm just doing to myself. I'm dooting. I'm just dooting. Now I'm going to take some of that darkest purple. They're using an outer corner that's like almost blue looking. It's super inky. Look, eye, if you start watering, Every time I want to do a smoky lash line, you're going to start your watering. I ain't got time for you. Any nonsense today. Alright, I guess we could take a little bit of that plum. Bring that in here. Right, now I'm going to take some of my my orange that I used. Just come around town, nice and softly. Right into that little crease under there. And I'm going to take the shade we used right here called Full Circle and put some of that right there and make this all full circle. I need to eat some lunch. Alright, the little grocery store that I go to by my house, like the small grocery store situation. I guess it's like a Kroger type of thing. Berkshire's, I don't know if you guys have Berkshire's. It's the same company as Berkshire's. It's called Super One. And anyway, they make these little Lunchables over in the deli section. I know they're just using like what's left of like stuff from the deli. And you know, when they get to like the end of a ham or cheese or whatever, they're using the last bits and they're chopping them up and putting them into these little Lunchable containers and selling them pre-cut up, and they'll have like grapes in there, and some of them are like tuna salad, they have some little crackers, and it's like a good portion of food. Like it fills you up, and it's like the best little lunch. But I'm lazy, so I keep buying those instead of just buying the ingredients to do it myself. I just go pick one of those up in the evening for lunch the next day. Like on my way home from something, if we're out. Like, girl, just go buy the... Well, I think the deli was closed yesterday and that's why I didn't do it. But I'm going to start making those myself, for myself. I'm a fan of a charcuterie board, that kind of thing, which I call grown-up Lunchables. And that's what I like to have for lunch for myself, is like a little Lunchable. Okay, I'm taking that lightest shade we used on the inner corner, called Reunion. Chuck that right back in there. Do that right there. And just reunite it with the lower lash line. There we go. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. So I want to put a little bit more. A full circle. Now that I'm close up to the mirror, sit here and play with things a bit. It's like a really pretty kind of rose gold shade. Love that. Letting that flow into that purple. I think it's very pretty. Very pretty. And take that deepest, darkest purple again. Just tap some of that right here. Kind of like some eyeliner. You're going to be very, very careful not to get fallout. I'm going to curl these lashes and throw on some mascara. I'm going to do the Falsy Surreal from Maybelline. Man, I remember to have that in the fridge now, and I'm like, I'm hungry. I want my lunch meat, my cut up lunch meat like a child. My mom used to do that for me for lunch when I was a kid. But she would just roll up ham and cheese and give it some crackers, and it's like that as an adult now. Oh, the Mrs. Meyer's fall scents are out. I have bought 2 different fragrances of multi-purpose cleaner and hand soap. I love her fall scents. They're so good. There's one that's Mum or Mums. Oof. I got that. I think I got Acorn. What's the other one? I'm still working through my spring summer scents though. So I bought like a dish soap of each one. I have the lilac stuff I'm working through right now. And then I think I have some of the Daisy. I'm so into the Mrs. Meyer's fragrance stuff. Because here's the thing is it wasn't something I could find anywhere around here for a very long time when that was trendy. I'm not going to order it. And why would I do something convenient? So anyway, the little grocery store puts out the holiday display, or the seasonal displays of Mrs. Meyer's. Sure, it's kind of overpriced, but I buy it. By the way, I think I mentioned like ages ago about this same grocery store getting self-checkouts in and everybody rebelling against it and refusing to use them. The rebellion continues. Line all the way back to the aisles. Not a single person at them self-checkouts. It's a rebellion. We don't want them. I just don't like self-checkouts. They annoy me, particularly theirs. Theirs are crappy, and they're the ones that like item in the bagging area. They like constantly nag you the whole time. Like the Walmart ones at my little neighborhood market, they're chill, they're cool. I don't mind using those. But these just bug me because they're constantly talking to me and tell me I'm doing something wrong. I'm like, don't tell me what to do, computer. I'm not listening to you, AI. And then, you know, it just brings up that natural rebellion one has after growing up watching Terminator, where you're like, don't tell me what to do, computer. No. Just because you can do math better than me doesn't mean anything. Okay, blush. I'm going to do Milani Barrymore. I feel like that's the perfect color for this. Oh, there was another thought in my head, but now it's gone. Oh! So there's a Circle K close to my house that I hardly ever go in because it's always like slammed busy. It's just one of those, it stays busy. And it's 24 hours and it's just, there's always a million people just trying to get gas there, much less go into the store. The store is so small and crowded that you can't even walk. Like it's the most frustrating grocery store or gas station to shop at. Like if you need to go in and get something, it's nearly impossible just to go down an aisle because it's just so many people always in there. Even though there's a gas station here, 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 here. But anyway, my friend stopped at this one on the way out of town the other day and I had to use this one. And I ran in to get some car snacks as one does when they're going on a little road trip. And the checkout situation in there is crazy because I haven't been in this one in like years. Just avoid it. And was reminded why I avoid this one. It was 8 a.m. in the morning. There was already a fight happening within the gas station. A fight at 8 in the morning. So why don't we go to this gas station? It's always just, it's one of those gas stations where just weird shit's always going on, where you're like, I don't want to wait in the car here while I get gas. I don't want to stand here. Go to the one literally 2 minutes away, different situation. Go to this one, it's also kind of weird sometimes. Anyway, so that's start. I was like, oh yep, that's why I don't go to this gas station. Already a fight at 8 a.m. It's too early to be fighting. It was a clerk and a customer just getting into it over something. I think the card got declined and she was yelling and hollering and I think they called the cops. It was a whole thing. But anyway, the checkout system is really cool. It's just this thing that looks, I don't know really how to describe it. It's just a square thing and it has like an arm that comes over it. And you put all your stuff right there and it just rings it all up. You don't have to swipe anything. You just set your stuff on this little thing and it all gets rung up. And then you just throw it all in a little bag. You swipe your card. And there's still an employee that has to do part of the process. So it's not like it's taking somebody's job or anything. It's just like doing like, it's a hands-free, like contactless shopping situation. Now that was cool technology. That was pretty cool. I was into it. I was like, oh, this is neat. Look at this. Like, you don't have to like individually scan nothing. You just set it all down and it just goes do do do, and there's all your stuff rung up. And I had a little armful of stuff. It's like, this is so cool. And then I had to clear out pretty quick because I was afraid the lady was going to come back with the fight. And yeah, because she disappeared. Like, I don't know where she went. I think she went to the bathroom and then came back, or she was like on her way back. I was like, well, I'm getting out of here before she gets violent because it was close to it. And then, speaking of gas station fights, there was one like a few days before that, or not really a fight, but just a weird situation at the gas station that's closer to my house that I go to more frequently. If I need like running, get something or whatever, like get lottery tickets, that kind of thing. My husband likes to do lottery tickets. But he went in there on his way to work, protein shake, like the little core ones. And there was a drunk dude in there. Well, I think he might have been more than drunk. In there sexually harassing the young man who works there, who's sweet as can be. And this poor guy just trying to do his job. And this weirdo over here who is knocking over displays, yelling at show me your nipples, and also trying to show his nipples to the young man. And it was just kind of bad, and the dude just would not leave him alone. Oh my gosh. And that's not the first time something like that's happened at that gas station, nor the first time I've seen this one particular dude causing trouble. He's like probably his late 60s. And everywhere like that I've seen him, he has been a troublemaker. And just being real weird, very highly inappropriate to people, and just all around trouble. What do we want to do for lips? What are we thinking? These two are calling to me for some reason. We have Cowboy from L'Oreal Infallible and a NARS lipstick in Bondage, the Velvet Matte. They're basically the same shade. Let's do Cowboy. This is like my favorite shade from this line. Is this the right color? Yeah, I think it'll be fine. I'll put some gloss over it. Yeah, nice kind of dusty dark lip. Or mid-tone lip. I like that. That fits what I'm thinking, I think. I'm going to top a little bit of gloss on it. This is Mocha Twist from e.l.f. Oh yeah, there's one guy though. Apparently police are aware of him. He just been causing mischief all over my little town. All over my little city. Okay. Yeah, my hair is straight today. Because I brushed it while it was wet. And had put air dry cream in it. And I kept kind of brushing it a little bit. And made it dry kind of straight. Like there are like parts that are wanting to curl. And I'm like, no, we're doing all straight today. Get with the plan. Get with the program, hair. Okay. So this is my hair today, which I'm not mad at all. I think it's kind of pretty. But I am going to be getting a trim soon. So I'm also kind of happy about that because these ends are dead. But I also used the Aussie 3-Minute Miracle in it. This stuff is awesome. Oh my goodness, and it did make me itch. Because I'm allergic to some of the Aussie products. Like they make me itchy. That one didn't bother me. And boy, did it work good. Oh my goodness, my hair felt amazing. And my hair feels amazing. And I put a bit of the Bumble and Bumble air dry cream in. And then like just kept it smoothed out while I was letting it dry. Alright. But anyway, here's our look all complete. Thanks for hanging out, listening to me ramble about all kind of nonsense today and just feeling like looking like fall. We didn't put any highlighter on. You dingleberry. Let's just grab this random e.l.f. one right here because it's what I have close. Not that I really need a highlighter, I just want it. Just want a little bit on. But okay. Alright, now we're done for the day. This is the look I'm feeling ready for fall with this makeup. I want to start pulling my pumpkins out of the closet. I want to start decorating, which I think I'm going to do this week. That's going to be part of my game plan this week, is to start to decorate for fall. Because I didn't decorate last year and my body is ready. I'm craving it. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for hanging out today, and I will see you guys in the next one. Stay cool, stay spooky. Bye now.